advantage. So that would mean that SKT T1 is definitely looking for a lane swap, since Snar absolutely bullies out Darius in lane. So we have the counter pick in mid lane right now here. We'll have to see what pawn ends up locking in, but overall, this is very likely looking that SKT T1 wants to engage a lane swap.
Well, they do. Yasuo is currently the hover here for Pawn, of course. Definitely one of his, you know, it's a Pawn flavor champion, but it's probably not great into the old Ryze. But this is definitely a signature pick. If it's the Twisted Fate, that would make some sense.
And this would be very good for the lane matchup itself. Great gank synergy, targeted stun, come with a Gragas afterwards, as well as getting around the map and setting up all these picks.
Yeah.
We've seen so many good TFs at Worlds so far. I love seeing the champion. There it is.
In addition to the 1v1 that is actually pretty passive, because Ryze really can't punish the TF. TF has really good spacing in lane, stands at a distance, farms safely. When Ryze goes in for the chain combo, it will get broken with a gold card. TF can simply walk away in that sense. So Edward Gaming are locking in for a very pick-heavy composition. 1-3-1 is what they want to be looking for later on. I'm not sure if they actually move the TF to the bottom lane or not. Relatively low on wave clear if TF is out of the equation. But really good matchups, 1v1 MaRin to Darius. The 2v2 with Fate's Call, TF ulti in, can make so many plays. So Edward Gaming, they want to play the map.
Yeah, and if EDG get ahead, that comp's going to look really good. Meanwhile, you look at SKT with their lead. You mentioned low wave through without TF. Tristana, a great sieger, of course. But I'm thinking about the Elise pick here because she's a good early game jungler, but eventually gets outscaled by a Gragas in terms of team fight power and tankiness. And I don't see many of these lanes being gankable. You've got a Thresh Lantern, TF playing back. Nara can hop away. I'm not sure we're going to see anything happen from Banky.
Yeah, I think what SKT is looking for, early team fights around objectives or early groups or sieges. When you group up and you know where TF is going to aim his cards at, throw a binding, throw a cocoon, anything sticks, immediately that target gets blown up. So that's what SKT is looking for. EDG, they don't want that to happen. They want to keep the map open, play on 3 lanes, split push, make picks. So very distinct difference in style. I think it's great to see these teams face off in that manner.
Well, as these teams do face off, you guys at home are always involved. So tweet who's going to win and reign supreme in Group C here. Tweet at LOL Esports with hashtag SKT win or hashtag EDG win for the winner of this game. Guys, we're going to tally up the results, see who wins. But of course, the game itself is about to begin. Here we go, the beginning of the day here at the World Championship, Day 6. If SKT wins right here, they are guaranteed the 3rd spot in the quarterfinals. Edward Gaming, if they win here, they're on pace for a tiebreaker to take first place in the group.
Yeah, we are on to the Rift, ladies and gentlemen. SKT, of course, on our blue side this time around. And one thing that I wanted to bring up here, guys, is the fact that, look, the early advantages seem to be something that SKT are fantastic at snowballing out. Spawn brought it up before, the fact that EDG, they like to sit back and sort of control the game and then have a massive team fight. It seems to me like they have a lot more tools this time around to get that done.
Definitely early playmaking is there. Targeted route from Ryze, right? Elise, just the queen of early game jungling. And we've seen how good Morgana supports are with their binding picks. But Ryze is still a late game scaling champion, and there's a bit of a weird mix between the early game and late game here for the composition.
Oh, first
good ward kill.
EDG take a ward. This is one of the few times we've seen red side team invade aggressively. Usually we always see either a camp in the top left quadrant of the map to catch the blue side team invading.
And right now it's actually an early defensive, well, not defensive ward, but in the river actually spots SKT faking an invade, then doing nothing with it, but EDG themselves get revealed, and there's actually no meaningful deep vision for either team.
Now it's a coin flip. Both teams, SKT obviously wants to lane swap, so they want to fake base, maybe like, are we going top or not, and see if EDG buy into that.
But EDG put their dual lane down in the brush in that river, and very few teams, I feel like, actually faked the recall. I think Edward Gaming have tipped their hand because of that one ward in the river.
When they got spotted. This is good for EDG overall in terms of lane matchups. They know exactly what's going to happen now.
Another running backwards, spotted again by these wards, and everyone knows Mako and Deft are here by the Gromp, and actually, wow, giving a
super
leash.
Yeah, Deft actually some auto attacks onto Wolf here as he makes his way back towards the bottom lane. Standard lanes.
This could fix the matchup if SKT can keep pushing aggressively on the bottom lane to deny those trades here. Let's see if Bank can get some trades off. Obviously, the explosive charge is what you really want to trade with, but the passive from Kalista with double range is incredibly hard to fight into early.
And Mako didn't land the auto attack onto Banks. There's a big chunk of the health that they would have gotten from the Kalista W passive not triggered there. So the first trade did go SKT's way.
Ooh, Dark Binding is going to miss here as well as Mako. Cheeky auto attack onto Wolf.
Yeah, and you can see, oh, really good play though with the exhaust. Clearlove's coming down.
Yeah, Bang taking a lot of damage. Deft still trying to marshal poise around this fight. Clearlove finds his way in the level 2 gank. Reads the flash there from Wolf as well as the barrel comes in, but not going to be enough.
I think that was
released the blue buff.
That was just given away a bit too hard though by Mako going aggressively, but it does fix a problem that EDG had in his bot lane, which was the pushing. Likely we're not going to see too much action right now, so we're going to keep track of Bengi. What's he going to do? Because he has cross-map potential. He actually aggressively invaded, and he can now fix that matchup in the top lane. So maybe this wasn't the best plan from Clearlove.
Well, Clearlove not actually going towards the enemy red buff either. It seems like it could potentially be a 3-buff start here for Bengi, given the opportunity.
Yeah, so they bought that extra sort of buff that they're going to lose eventually by getting +2 summoner spells. Bang lost one, Wolf lost both. So you have to Black Shield a hooker. Someone's almost definitely going to die in this lane, specifically Wolf. And that's going to be one thing to watch for, though. As you look at the top side of the map, MaRin is beating up on AmazingJ. Okay, there's 4 minutes left in the lane, but it's already going for MaRin.
Obviously, that's the value. MaRin has minion advantage too, so if AmazingJ trades close to his Darius pick, he's going to get out-traded due to minion damage. MaRin obviously knows he's safe because the jungler just showed for 30 seconds plus at the bottom side of the map. This means cross-map die from Bengi.
Yeah, the Cocoon lands here as well as MaRin makes his way in. Oh, he's going to flash into the range of the Q, but Bengi trying to get the work done. AmazingJ walking around. First blood goes down for Bengi.
And this is a big strategic mistake from SKT. From EDG rather. They leave the opportunity for SKT to make a very simple play, very telegraphed. You see the jungler bottom side of the map. What do? Well, you migrate to the top side of the map. What do you find there? A winning matchup from EDG that now gets tilted in MaRin's favor. MaRin, one of the best top laning performing players in this championship already, so things about to get rough.
And you already saw, you just put it out a second ago, the mistake from AmazingJ. Minion wave advantage, chose to take a trade, got chunked right before the Elise showed up. He even helped himself get ganked there. So great early start for SKT. We look down, we realize the top lane's already winning for SKT, bottom lane currently winning for Edward Gaming. Mid lane matchup very close right now.
Yeah, Pawn is going to be backing away at the moment. You can see the vote most definitely in favor of SKT at the moment. Faker unable to stop Pawn from getting back home.
And MaRin picks up, he had the Thorn Shield already, picks up the early Ninja Tabai, so it's going to get incredibly hard for the Gnar matchup to win in the way it usually does, which is repetitive auto attacks. Bang right now, he's poked out on the bottom though. Wolf takes the hook.
Yeah, Deft sends the playback there as well. Lots of damage from that Sentinel.
There was a misplay earlier by Deft. He tried to go for the normal sort of Kalista gameplay pattern of get a stack onto Bang, attack a minion once, then Ren to get the reset and the damage. But he actually missed the Ren. He didn't kill the minion, so that was on cooldown when they pulled in Wolf, and that was a bunch of damage he missed.
Bengi made his way to the bottom now. He did get spotted pinged out, but the pressure enough really to that lane, because 2v2 Wolf and Bang would lose this, because Bengi shows up, he doesn't care if he's seen. All he's going to do is just push in and reset the wave. Clearlove now wants to come for a gank to maybe 3v3.
Making his way down from that grunt there as well. You can see it's just a bit of a try lane here for SKT.
I don't think FP's going to stay around. They're right on pickaxe recall, and Bang being at half health and Wolf still missing his flash means they're going to recall, I believe, just for some health. They're going to get the pickaxe recall, which will match up against basically Vamp Scepter, Longsword of Death. Not exactly a huge advantage for the EDG. Oh!
Bang
That's big.
Stopped. That's huge.
That's actually really big. Bang gets a bad recall. Now he's going to miss a full wave because of this.
Yeah, back in the day, bot lanes would actually just take the freeze here. Support freezes, AD carry bases, and you base one by one. EDG, they really want that tempo, and because they made the decision and they stop Bang and actually come out huge, this wave is equal. If Bang even goes for a single CS, it will automatically push towards EDG's side, so Bang is wasting a lot of time here because he has to respect the brushes. Really smart play here by Deft and Mako.
So Bang intuits that they're actually sitting, they've already recalled rather.
And now he knows they recall, but he has to push in. The next wave's already coming, so he's behind in tempo. He doesn't even get to punish because there's very few creeps being denied. SKT maybe denied 3 melee creeps from EDG so far, so really fantastic base timing here from Deft and Mako. Could make up for the loss in top lane earlier.
Yeah, so Bang now has to sit at least 2 more waves to get enough money for BF Sword and Potions. This is a full minute. He has to stay in this lane, or that push didn't really do much of anything. The freeze is still going to be for EDG. He does not have 1,500 gold. And that's going to be a rough bottom lane.
Yeah, Rim Prison used here in the mid lane as Faker. He's trying to stop Pawn, who's running out of mana just a little bit. But look at that top lane, 45 CS to 18. AmazingJ in a lane that theoretically should be able to bully.
Yeah, this is
doing so well.
One of the most proficient counter picks so far in the tournament. Gnar into Darius has always done well, significantly better than the opponent pick, but just doesn't come out here due to the early pathing from Clearlove. That Bengi punished. So we're gonna need to see Pawn punish this somehow. Teleport up to the top lane, and quickly, because if you let Darius get too far ahead, he will actually simply 2v1 you, and then the game snowballs out of control.
Well, Gnar is only 5 1/4 level-wise right now. He's got a lot of room to grow till he has that Mega Gnar, but it is for the next minute and a half a flashless Darius up there. So the chance for a gank definitely is a possibility here. And this lane should, I think, push back out with where it's positioned right now.
MaRin at the moment just farming this one out. Of course, still a gigantic CS lead for Deft in the bottom side of the map. May make up for AmazingJ falling so far behind. Mako going to take himself a blue buff. Bengi handing that one over.
I mean, just to illustrate how big that advantage is, MaRin right now is earning in the game in total around 2,700 gold. That's 1,000 more than AmazingJ has earned in the entire game. So 1,000 gold advantage is, you know, if you hear that, you don't know how big that is. But relatively speaking, that's 2.7k to 1.7k. That is a massive gold advantage. In addition to the fact, as we pointed out just now, MaRin is a full level ahead and more of AmazingJ. So that's going to get incredibly rough later on.
Bang actually taking a lot of damage there. The Ren comes through, bang down to about 400.
Mako's playing really far back in this lane. I think he was trying to Lantern in Clear Love, but essentially we just see Deft basically 1v2ing the lane for most of the time. And now that Deft is 6, Mako can play as aggressively as he wants and not get punished for it.
Pawn needs to answer this gank in the top lane, or AmazingJ's screen is about to go gray again.
That's Meganar. They're going to wait for that timeout. The time's out right now. There comes the push. Minion wave is in. Bengi should be pulling aggro first, just like last time. Gonna pull in and go towards MaRin. Oh, there's no chance! Oh, man, that took him 2 seconds flat.
Didn't even need the cocoon that time. It was just the apprehend, and that was enough.
Yeah, look at mid lane. Faker is playing passive because he knows his team members are setting up a gank in the top lane. All he needs to do is survive and CS. Where has Clearlove been? His gank priority, his pathing has been incredibly subpar. He's just simply getting destroyed by Bengi, and Bengi's not even making the initiative. He's just simply reacting to where he sees Clearlove. He's okay, you're right side, I go left side. I kill someone, you don't, because SKT has better vision, better communication, and they play passive at the right times.
Mako hit by a bind here as well as Deft goes once again aggressive, but that's a lot of extra damage out from Bang there.
He's got a Vamp Scepter. Should be okay for the Kalista here, but we saw the same thing last game, actually. EDG were slightly winning their bottom lane by a few CS. They even killed a turret one time, but they're not getting anything else done on the map. Meanwhile, MaRin is just crushing AmazingJ.
Oh, Fawn. Love both in position here as Bengi's trying to take down this pink ward. Oh, gold card dodged there by the repel as the flash is used from Bengi to get him out of trouble.
Still the correct play. You can't open up with Body Slam Flash because if that gets repelled, you lose a summoner, so it's gold card for summoner, which is worth. And again, this is the pink wards that EDG used to come back into the game. They really like vision denial, trying to make picks that way. But Pawn is already level 8, approaching 9. And he needs to start teleporting around the map. TF is picked for his global ultimate because if you look at Faker, he's comfortably farming away. Has 2 mana items already completed. That is no combat stats, but that's going to build and build up over time into incredibly high damage potential. Whereas Pawn, he's in his peak kind of right now. Between like 11 and 16, that's where he wants to teleport and influence other lanes with that TF hit.
The weird thing is,
pink wards here in the river still.
So Deft actually, this tournament so far, has bought 14 pink wards as an AD carry. No less than 4 pink wards a game. As high as 6 actually, based on when he's been in. So pink ward is definitely the big star of the show here for Edward Gaming. The problem is though, you talk about Pawn and his power spike right now. He went for a catalyst. He's like, doesn't even have that much power, but this hook is pretty good on a Wolf.
Yeah, the box goes down as well. Wolf actually flashing out of the way. Nice damage here from Deft and Mako as Mako's still trying to get in. The Destiny comes down. Pawn does have the flash. There's the gold card. Deft picks up the kill.
Double TP.
Teleports in. MaRin's here as well. The one singular teleport from AmazingJ is going to be cancelled as EDG. Triple apprehend from MaRin as he may clear this one up. Bengi picks up the kill on Clear Love, but it's a 1-for-1 in the end.
Hey, look at AmazingJ. He knew exactly that he had to cancel his teleport right there because the counter to 1 global is obviously double teleport. Luckily for Pawn, TF ultimate is shorter cooldown than a teleport, so we have to see if he can make the next one work. This was an expected play, but EDG had to go for it.
I think it's actually a bit of a blessing just because it gives 2 to 3 ways for AmazingJ to catch up a little bit in that top lane while otherwise trading 1-for-1.
Yeah, AmazingJ was 1.5k gold behind at 10 minutes. This is the largest gold disparity we've seen at 10 minutes, including the Bangkok Titans game. So let's see that gank again here. Wolf gets hooked initially.
Flash is late too. He actually hits the box wall. That slow was a really big deal because otherwise he would have been out of range of this Pawn gold card, and they just layer the abilities just in time. Ren barely in range as well.
And if it weren't for Fate's Call, Mako would have dropped here too. You see here exactly what we talked about earlier, teleport cancel, because if Nar goes in here, he will just bait his teammates into a fight they can't win. Good peeling, gold card there from Pawn. They only lose 1, so overall for 2 teleports, going 1-for-1 is a good trade for EDG.
Yeah, it was also a decent explosive cast there from Clear Love as well to get Faker out of that fight. Still had to walk up to try and get any room prisons down. On some damage there as Faker deploys the ult and runs at him.
Yeah.
That'll do.
He was doing that last week as well in the Echo matchup. But first of all, Mako in a bad spot. Deft does have ulti, but maybe a bit of afraid. Bang! Mako is not going to get any help at all. This is going to be a dead thresh.
Yeah, doing to stop.
Oh, I take that back. Fate's call was down. I take that back. So Deft was unable to help him.
Yep. That's honestly a mistake from Mako. With such a short cooldown on Fate's call, you can't afford to move into that rush with no vision. Just wait for the safety. If you waited 10, 20 seconds longer, Fate's call comes up and suddenly you can make uncountable plays almost.
Well, Deft takes away the Grump, but the blue buff is going to be stolen. Faker actually picks that one up. Blue available for SKT, but they're just going to go for this Dragon here as well. The first one, 13 minutes and 20 seconds into the game, and this will be unanswered by EDG.
And not a chance. The lead is way too big right now. Bengi has cracked this map open so heavily. Even though he's ganked top lane twice already, he spent so much time up on that side of the map. They're still winning the bottom side of the map too, even when Clear level 2 gank down there.
And Bang & Wolf have done a fantastic job just playing passive where they need to, but not to the point where they would just lose the lane outrageously hard way. Whenever EDG stepped forward to trade and get a beneficial trade, and they stepped a little bit too far into minions, that's when you can always see Bang getting one extra auto attack, because he knows if Deft tries to trade one auto more, you're fighting with minions. So both these teams are really, you can tell that they're fantastic players because they incorporate minion damage in their trades.
Yeah, definitely just really excellent play there. You can see Mako's ability to sort of play over-aggressive is hampered by the fact that Black Shield and Dark Binding stuff that so very frequently. So a lot of credit to Wolf for how he's playing the lane as well, preventing a lot of the extra advantages that would have been gained. I mean, a Flash with Morgana should have been easier to kill, but now AmazingJ once again in a battle.
Yeah,
goes
he's
to lock
actually
up the
looking
stuns,
for
and
it here.
Pod's
The
coming.
Destiny comes in as the gold card lands onto MaRin, and he's going to fall down. After a little bit, the boulder's going to come in.
That was beautiful. They dodged the healing from Q. AmazingJ walked in, Pawn walked out, and there's no answer because those TPs are longer cooldowns.
And this is what we were looking for earlier. Pawn has to make those Destinies work, and we can see it. Both teleports are still on cooldown right now, so you definitely want to get 2 Destinies for every single teleport spell right now. AmazingJ getting aggressed on by Bengi, should be fine. Make his way out. The wave will reset too, so overall, EDG clawing back into the game with the globals, but teleports are about to come up again, and that could swing in favor of SKT again.
And Bengi bought a Sightstone and is ahead of AmazingJ right now. If you just like detract that money, he's still got more than this poor Nard top lane right now. Mid lane turret also goes down. The flash engage from Faker.
Yeah, there's the Rune Prison in there. All of the spells, all of the time. Faker, the 1v1 against Pawn.
And that's with Rod of Ages and Tears still stacking up.
And we talked about this matchup earlier. We said Ryze can't touch TF because he will get gold carded every time he aggresses. Well, Faker flashed the instant that Pawn launched his blue card at the minions to get mana, so that card, pick a card, was on cooldown for the entirety of that exchange, and Faker doesn't need much time to kill you if he can gap close. Pawn's flash wasn't available right there, so really smart move by Faker. Card goes down, flash in, kill.
And look at this move by Bengi, already showing up where he needs to be. Very smart. It's reactive, but it's instantaneously reactive. Mid laner's dead, let's knock a turret down. Clear left shows bottom, let's gank top lane. Bengi is on point this game.
Well, Deft may find Wolf here just a little bit, but they want to take down this pink ward as the priority. Bang gonna head back to base here and pick up some items. Avarice Blade pickaxe, not quite enough at this point as MaRin, he's gonna take down the outer turret in the top lane, and they're just falling thick and fast now.
Yeah, we questioned the Gragas pick earlier. It brings early ganking potential while scaling tank, but you have to use your potential, right? You can't just sit on it forever and just let it go to waste. Clear off. Very poor pathing and prioritization of ganking lanes, honestly. He should have been top to help AmazingJ, and that's what got them to regionals too. When they made that climb again after the initial slump in EDG, it was AmazingJ's aggressive play combined with Clearloff helping him control the top side of the map, while Deft and Mako played passive on the bottom. That was their bread and butter. That's how they started winning these games. But complete reversion here from that play here from Clearloff, and Bengi, such a smart player overall, punishing every single mistake.
I just want to go back to MaRin here as well. Almost 50 CS in the lead on this Darius, despite the fact that he did get ganked there in the top lane. It does have the Black Cleaver completed. Looks like Steric's Gauge might be coming in as his next choice as Wolf, just trying to get some deep vision down as Clearlove's going to notice that ward. But once again, Clearlove getting spotted in the jungle.
And look what SKT is doing. They know, EDG know, but there's nothing they can do. They set up so many plays that are almost uncounterable. Right now, Faker's moving down, so he will match Pawn anyways if he teleports. And they simply want to pressure you off the tower. They don't want you to defend and dive you, because that could go wrong. They simply want to show you, hey guys, we're here with this many people. It could be wise for you guys to back off.
Oh, the looks something. Destiny comes in. Faker, he's going to get stunned up. Teleports from both top laners coming in as well. Fate's call's already down. The box in a fantastic position. EDG losing so much health though. The dunk from MaRin. Deft still alive at the moment as AmazingJ with a big knock.
Oh, the heal!
That was insane. Double kill now for this top laner. Pawn gets dunked at the same time, and Bang's just just hopping everywhere.
Absolutely amazing fight. SK Telecom T1 with the ace for only 2 kills.
And it looked grim at the start, and actually this was probably the best way it could go for EDG. Faker oversteps his boundaries, but instantaneously MaRin TP's down, and they don't even need Faker to win that fight. All he needed to do was soak some damage. So much damage came out of MaRin there.
And so much healing
at
as well.
the end as well. It's so hard to judge that Darius, but you really need to finish him off. It's similar to a Tom Kench. You can't just let him live at all. Kill him immediately, or they will just keep in that fight. Let's watch that again.
There's a really good Black Shield as well that helps keep Faker from getting bursted out entirely. So, okay, Hook goes down. It's a longer cooldown because it missed it, but there's the gold card, there's everything else. And then this Black Shield's going to be really big because now Gragas can't knock him in or anything. And now great pull to set up the rest of the damage, and it takes so much effort to kill him. And now MaRin's got the pass because he's got the execute. So he 5 stacks anyone he hits. Stun lands, and watch this Q. He flashes to light it up, and I believe he even hits 2 champions. He nicks Pawn as well as the hit on the Deft, and that means he doesn't die nearly fast enough.
Yeah, more importantly, Bang went untouched that fight. He finishes the fight on 60% HP, 40% right now, but almost no mana because he was jumping around all the time in that fight.
When you have 3 really big threats, they had to burst Faker, then they realized that MaRin would drain tank them, plus had the Noxian Might on already, so what are you going to do except ignore the Tristana?
And this is another point where you just tunnel so hard onto Faker when you're up against SKT, because Deft used his rend incredibly early just to slow Faker down, and then couldn't kill MaRin in that team fight. He just couldn't get the damage across.
And this is a stylistic mismatch between these two compositions that we touched on earlier in Champ Select. EDG, they want to make picks, they want to pour in and punish you from being in a bad position, but once all 5 members are combined, SKT win the team fight. They have a favorable teamfight composition, especially in the early to mid game, where Elise doesn't fall off at all. Her damage, her base damage is very, very much so relevant still, and they just have too many threats to deal with. EDG, Tunnel Vision on Faker, well, there's 4 other SKT members ready to kill you.
And the thing is, Faker's ready to answer whatever EDG does as well. After he finished the Rod Evasion, the tier, he grabs upgraded boots and gets Distortion Enchant. So his Summoner Teleport is on a much, much lower cooldown. It's sitting at 223 seconds. It's under 4 minutes now, and that's if he goes to a ward. It's even shorter when he goes for things like turrets.
Yeah, to compare that to Destiny, Destiny right now is at 114 seconds, so for every 1 teleport, roughly give or take, there are 2 Destinies available, but that means Pawn has to be able to use them on cooldown. And SKT's River Vision has been really great so far, so they usually have a good idea of where Pawn is moving, and then they play accordingly on the lanes. It's been incredibly rough for Pawn to really find an opening where you can find a pick 2v1. The only one really happening there was that gank on MaRin in the top lane. And he doesn't care because he's still so far ahead.
Yeah, it just actually finishes the Sterix gauge from a longsword, I believe.
It's interesting as well, if you watch SKT's warding pattern, it's been all bottom lane for the last like 10 minutes straight. They're okay with MaRin sitting on an island up there and slowly winning his matchup against AmazingJ. They're making sure this bot lane is still going according to plan.
I mean, look at AmazingJ. Every single Gnar we've seen so far, the debate was, does he go by Cleaver or Frozen Mallet?
Yeah.
To beat up on the Darius. Well, AmazingJ says, I can't even win 1v1 anymore, even with superior items, so I have to spec into teamfight Gnar with a Sunfire Cape. That means EDG is stepping away from their win conditions, which is the 1-3-1, which are destroyed by now by SKT, just like Mako's about to get destroyed if it weren't for Fate's Call.
Will they go in, though?
Going to be there.
MaRin's in front. Oh, no! Mako chose to go in. That's cast by the support. He dies for free. MaRin at a 1v2 gets the double heal, though. Deft's life is not good. Dunk comes through. One more hit will kill him. He'll bleed to death for sure. Faker kills off Clear Love. Deft's Summoner Heal keeps him alive, but that was silly.
Yeah, I think silly is basically the only word for that. I mean, I don't know why the Fate's Call was used to re-engage, but the Black Shield was fantastic. There wasn't even a knockup from that.
Yeah, Panic Play overall just didn't really use their vision. If you're fighting to dark, you have to make a guesstimate. Are they there? Then they die. If they're not there,
it's easy.
Yep.
Press R. Yeah.
Can't really excuse that play from Mako overall. I think EDG are grasping at straws right now. It even shows in their item build. They're made for 1-3-1. They're starting to build for teamfight. They will lose a teamfight regardless of what this Gnar builds. So overall, AmazingJ trailing behind. Again, Cocoon hits. Mako should know that he has to get the hell out of dodge.
Well, he does. He's out.
Yeah, he's out.
But he gets back into dodge.
And then Deft walks backwards and forwards, and suddenly, like, the thing is, TF could have ulted well before the Fate's Call was actually used. You saw it pop up after he engages, but this could have been an easy check for EDG to know what's going on. Communication breaking down here. It's just easy for SKT now.
Pawn actually up against Wolf here, who flashes on top of him.
Still stunned.
That is the ballsy play. The Ignite goes down, Black Shield there, and Bang's gonna secure it. Faker teleporting in just to say hi to Pawn's corpse.
I don't know Pawns could walk backwards. You see what happens though. Breaks the rules, still dies anyway.
Yeah.
Oh man, SKT kings in this game. They're gonna move into the base right now. Faker flashes in for Mako.
Fantastic exhaust is going to be used though as Bengi. He comes down, but AmazingJ finds his way underneath the turret, but that's so much damage. This Bang's going to lock it down, and this is going to be the base broken for EDG.
SKT support beating on EDG's mid laner. SKT's mid laner beating on EDG support. Everybody beating each other here, but EDG are the losing team every single trade here. Really good aggressive moves here overall from SKT T1. They know exactly when they can win a trade with an aggressive flash, using that to their advantage. And they may actually close here already at before 24 minutes.
Wow.
Burned up minions. He's going to make it happen. MaRin still looking to try and get something done, but Clear Pawn there just sitting on the fountain, watching their Nexus get destroyed. The 2-0 against EDG here for SKT.
And in a
as the
battle,
Nexus is down.
and in a battle that many people thought was a preview of the finals, SK Telecom T1 win in under 24 minutes. They make it look easy. Losing matchups, no problem. Winning matchups,